Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this morning. We've got a great show. I've got a guest here in lineup, a guy that's familiar with y'all, and he's going to give us a good report on what they've been doing the past week. But first, our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. How about a little bit more rain? If you hadn't had enough rain, it's been amazing. It's rained every day, seems like. I know it has, but it's really saturated the soil and all, and our bays are tea-colored, and it's just not really conducive to go out fishing in that rain. But I know some people have been dodging the showers and still catching some fish. So the high today is going to be 86, low 78. Water temperature is at 86 degrees. It's looking good there. The Gulf itself is in pretty good shape as far as catching kings. A lot of kings were caught over the weekend. Some tarpon caught off the pier, and we'll talk about all of that tomorrow. But let's go ahead and finish our weather. Our river readings brought to us by Sand Hill Seafood up on Highway 77. Apalachicola River is just flat and calm. Look at it, it's at 5.8, no movement whatsoever. It's just like it's oblivious to all the rain we're getting. But that's not the story on the Choctawhatchee. You can see the Choctawhatchee starting to rise. It's at 7.5, and it's going to level off this morning, but it's going to start rising tomorrow. And just getting a lot of rain is reflected by the action of the Choctawhatchee River. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. This is a unique tide today. Looking on July the 18th there, it's going to start dropping out. It's going to be a high tide at 5:42 this morning and a low at 3:59, but it's going to be a fast drop-off all the way up. This morning it's dropping really fast. So there's a lot of good movement there if you can dodge the rain and get out there. Marine forecast west-southwest at 5 to 10. That's pretty typical. And I've noticed all last week and on through the weekend and even yesterday, the middle of the day, folks, it's just been flat calm. And then when those storms come up, boom, just like that, it gets choppy real quick. All right, let's take our break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We've got a lot of pictures. I want a good segment here on pictures. Let's get started on them. Let's start off with some fresh water. How about Ryan Huggins fishing with David Burke? Look at that mess of fish on the tailgate. Classic picture there. Good fish fry. What do you do when it's not hunting season? Okay, so he'll practice that duck call. Moving along. Ben Burnham, I've known Ben a long time. He took his two boys, Brandon 12 and Ben Jr. 15. I remember when those boys were born. But they went to the dam up there and check out the big drum they caught. There's Ben right there. A lot of good fishing up there. And there you go. Got all the boys. Those boys are growing. They're going to be, look at them. All right. And you see where they are, right there, the walkway at the dam. Moving on, Aaron York. Aaron's assistant principal at North Bay Haven. What do you do when you get back from a football camp at 1:30 a.m.? You get up and go fishing at 5. And that is so true. That's two healthy red snapper right there. Good job, Aaron. Remember, I went quail hunting with he and his dad recently. Don't forget now, free women's and adult saltwater fishing clinics coming to Panama City Beach, folks. That's this weekend. Okay, we're just getting notice on it, and that's going to be, there's a number, just call FWC and check it out, but it's going to be at a state park where they always have it at Panama City Beach, and do the same thing that I did in the outdoor wed class. They copied my class because they do knot tying, cast netting, rod and rigging, and everything, okay? Moving on here, Mike Price, good friend of mine, he and his sweet daughter Alyssa, a nice red snapper. Good job, Mike Price. Okay, we'll go over that tomorrow. Okay, I got that one already. This is special. George Stewart was on the show, he and his daughter. We're talking about Baby Flash, 196 days in captivity, Levi's release. So we've been following them. There's little Levi. Everybody, I get a lot of calls about Levi, how's he doing? Baby Flash has now been released from Gainesville, down at Shands, is on the way home. That's a happy mama. He was in the hospital 196 days. There's Alicia and her husband Rod, and they're leaving Shands Hospital. A little miracle baby right there. He was all wired up for a while. I'm glad he's back home. Eric Pitts down there in St. Joe's fishing. Eric is a good fisherman, and here they are with the Tankersley family fishing down there out of St. Joe Marina. That's a nice mess of fish right there. A lot of guys fishing. Good trip there. I got all that coming later. Okay, here's good friends. Okay, the old Magnolia Lodge for sale over there in Weewall. Mike and Laura Bush. Please know you and your staff has made it possible for others who have not previously enjoyed our best Panhandle outdoors become active in our own backyards. And she goes on to say a picture shows a 26-inch channel cat, crawfish, shell crackers, and hand-painted brim. That's the old Magnolia Lodge there in Weewall. They have it for sale. It's like 3 acres, and Rod at Coastal Realty has it. But anyway, here's the fish. Isn't that some nice fish? Remember, Mike Bush won the trip with Michael Coward. And look at that. And they released that one back in the front yard. So that was okay. And we're going to talk about this later, but that's tonight, folks. And we're going to have a good clinic on that one. And okay, that's enough for now. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, and a familiar face. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm doing great, buddy. Glad to have you on the show. Mark Coward and Michael, y'all been down to ICAST and all, but...
Yep, we just got back.
Okay, but tonight now we got this clinic.
We have a seminar, and actually I'll be doing this one by myself. Michael is out of town, and it is at Legendary Marine's new facility on Thomas Drive. You hadn't seen it. It's a beautiful building, really state-of-the-art. It's a game changer for this market, especially on the beach. But we'll be doing a seminar, or I'll be doing a seminar tonight, over $2,000 worth of drawings for rods, equipment, sunglasses, hats. Everybody's going to walk out with something tonight. And we're going to cover a lot of new techniques that we've been trying, but also we're going to talk about the new technology that I saw at ICAST this last week. Some of it is game-changing things, and I think it's going to really kind of make a difference for a lot of our area anglers.
Well, that's going to be interesting. What time does it start now?
We start at 6 o'clock. You can come in about 5:30. They'll have food. Like I say, everybody, when they hit the door, is going to get something.
Food. I said
Food.
It here perking up right now. So, and I'm going to try to make it. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to really try to make it out there because there's always some good stuff going on out there. And we're going to talk about some of the things at ICAST.
I'm giving away 2 of your books.
And I tell you what, if I'm there, I will autograph the book for you.
You need to let him do it, because I'll tell you, if you haven't read full box, you've missed something.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, listen, we've been to ICAST, I think, 4 years in a row. We didn't go this year because we took our family vacation to Washington, D.C. and all that, but y'all went again. So let's get started on it. Okay. First of all, we're going to look at some pictures. That's a big poster right there. It's huge.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how large ICAST is. For people who've never been, it's quite a shock to when you walk in the door and you realize the investment these companies make to attend. I mean, just a small booth, the cost to do it's about $50,000 for Wednesday 9 to 5, Thursday 9 to 5, and Friday 9 to 3, and it's over.
And it's over, yeah. But they really, there's a crowd right there. I mean, that's amazing.
That's just one of the rooms. There's 3 giant halls, all connected, but that's it. That's one of the 3 right there.
And what I always loved about it was not just the crowd and enthusiasm. You run into fellow outdoorsmen all
everybody, like Lombach, ran into Lombach, you know. I mean, he's like air. He's everywhere.
He's ready to catch a fish in a hallway.
Yeah, he was, and he could just about.
And listen, but the part I love was the innovations and all. We're going to get that in a minute.
Right, we're going to talk about
creative.
that.
But okay, here's a
all right, this reel, 13 Fishing, has come out with a reel that competed for Best of Show. There are no bearings in this reel. It is really designed more for the saltwater angler. Now, you would think, well, how can this reel be efficient and how smooth will it be? They've created a new technology. A lot of space age technology is now ending up in these type of equipments. But here's the deal. There's nothing in there to get corroded. And one of the things I do want to share and we talk about in the seminar is that for all you guys at home, everybody that goes out, saltwater fishes, get sprayed on the rod, spray on the reels. Don't take the pressure and spray that thing down under pressure. Rinse it with water because you're driving the sand and the salt into that reel. And that's not what you want to do. The salt gets in there, it's wet, then it dries, and then I'm going to tell you, a piece of salt is like a little micro rock. But this reel, one of the things that has happened, and it was a Texas thing that has started to really migrate eastward, and it might be because there's so many bass guys now coming into inshore. More and more people are throwing topwater on bait casters. They're throwing them on 6, 8 to 7 foot medium action rods and putting fluorocarbon on it are mono. Most of them are mono, and they're throwing bait casters, throwing topwater, because you're more efficient working topwater with a bait caster than you are a spinning reel.
So they're not putting braid on there? Or just
No, for topwater, they want the stretch in the line, so they don't take the bait from the fish. You know, if you watch Flats Class, C.A. Richardson, he always is topwater fishing with a bait caster. And you're starting to see it more and more. So here's a saltwater, here's a reel designed for saltwater. Now, there were some other things that came in at ICAST, and what he's fixing to show you here is quite remarkable. This is a new boat charging and maintenance system that PowerPole has come out with. This system, you plug it in, and it'll charge your main battery, and then it'll charge up to 36 volts or 3 batteries for your auxiliary batteries, trolling motors, whatever else you use them for. But the thing is, guys, is that not only does it do that and maintain your entire boat, when you're running your boat, it then takes your alternator and recharges the cranking battery. When the cranking battery hits a certain percentage, then it starts recharging your trolling motor batteries while you're running. And it'll work on gel, lead, and lithium, like a lithium cell battery. So you can do all three. Guys, this is a game changer.
Well, you know, for tournament fishermen like y'all and all, when y'all put so much time into it. And
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's very important.
But for a guy that runs offshore, this is big. Yeah. Especially if you're having to run bait wells or any other auxiliary stuff. The guys that run electronics, for example, the Lowrance GPS, their Gen 3, that is a very complex computer in there. And if you run other software packages with it, a lot of times now you're seeing these Bluetooth systems where they're running nonstop, and I mean, that stuff drains your battery. You know, you got all your electronics on, it's draining that cranking battery. And this is when you make that long run out, it's keeping it topped off. It's really an innovative thing.
That's cool. Okay. And
all right, now what this looks like a GPS, but it's not. This is also a PowerPole product, and it's called the Vision. And this was remarkable. It is a full boat suite that controls everything in your boat electronic. So let me explain this. The one thing this can do, this can control your lights on your boat, your aerators on your boat, your pumps on your boat. It can crank your boat. It takes the computer software package that comes off of the engine, and it runs. A lot of people are running these things. They're called NEMA blocks, and it's where all the stuff separates out from the radar or what else. Right. So I mean, inshore, offshore, bass guys. It can hold it in your hand, or you can man it in the dash, or you can mount it on a thing. But what it'll allow you to do, if you want to run your aerator at 45%, you can do it. If you want to run your refill on your, if you want to change how often your live well pump kicks on and off, you can control everything on your boat to a percentage. That's really a game changer. And these are two products that PowerPole, everybody knows what PowerPole is. Everybody understands what they are. But what it does, they're changing the way we're going to boat. The other thing that's cool about this, it's not a telephone, but it is. You can email, you can text, you can take pictures, you can watch video. Your kids can play games on it while they're on the boat. It'll do anything you want it to do. It's really quite remarkable.
That's amazing. It looked like they took a radar shot of what's happened up here.
Yeah, well,
in the last 3-4 weeks. It looks like.
Yes, especially Saturday, Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
So that's really what you're looking at. Those are the things that came in that were really quite remarkable to us. Those are the things that can change the game. You know, and other things that happen is that you're starting to see, for example, eyewear. You know, I tell people all the time in the seminars that your eyeglasses, people just don't understand how important sunglasses are. The sunglasses really, in many ways, the most important tool in your tackle box. Because if you're inshore fishing specifically, or if you're offshore fishing specifically, you can see the mahi-mahi, you can see the redfish, you can spot the trout, but you can't if you can't see them. And if you can't reduce the glare properly, you know, and that's one of the things, like for us, you know, for example, these glasses, a lot of inshore guys, you'll see them wearing a blue tint or a clear tint, which is fine, you can do that, but you really want an amber. You want your lens to be amber. Now this has a coat on it, and that is a glare reduction, but the inside of the lens is amber. The amber is really a shallow water or dark light or low light glass. I will tell you guys, sunglasses are the most overlooked tool that people can get today.
I agree, and it's so important. I mean, you never should be outside without them on, but really in the water and all that amber lens, I've always loved that.
That's
amber.
right. You know, and one more thing, Winston, there are a lot of people, you see more and more of the people getting hooked on the boat, snagged on the boat. There are a lot of people starting to fish. I've actually topwater fishing one time, hooked a friend of mine in the side of the head. It was one of those things for me that still to this day it bothers that I did. It was a pure accident. It was him moving and me casting almost at the exact same time that created it. But let me tell you, there are people who get hooked in the face, get hooked in the eye, get hooked over here. If you've got on these glasses, are really your protection against getting hooked in the eye.
Good point. I never thought about that, but that's so important.
That is really important. I know Michael is a guide. He insists that all the people on his boat wearing sunglasses.
That's awesome.
And he carries extras if they don't have them.
You know, I could talk about hooking somebody. I hooked one person in my life. It was my brother. I still can remember it. I was 21 years old. He was 22. There was 3 of us on the boat. We were bass fishing, and I was in the middle. And I reared back because we knew there was bass out there. I was excited. And I heard him, ah! I heard him holler. And I knew I hooked him right there in the arm.
Oh, man.
But you won't forget that.
No, you're exactly right.
You got to spread out and all. But that, I thought about that protecting from this.
Yeah, it really is, and it's one of those things, and it's another situation that a quality glass, well, these guys will pay $200 to $400 for a rod and reel combo, but they won't spend $150 to $200 for a good pair of glasses. And I will tell you, it's, in all of our seminars, we give away sunglasses. And in Salt Life Sport Optics, their Zeiss lens. And the Zeiss is probably one of the finest lens manufacturers in the world. These glasses are made in Italy. They're produced in Italy with Zeiss, and then they're put together and sold here.
That's cool. Are you going to give some away tonight?
Yeah, we're giving sunglasses away tonight.
Very good. Let's take our final break. We'll be right back with Mark. Okay, welcome back. So here with Mark Coward going over all kinds of things happening on iCast, talking about a big seminar tonight, so you don't want to miss that. But let's look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. You're looking at 7:15 to 9:15 this morning and 7:42 to 9:42 this evening. And that boat we had on the show Friday morning, folks, it sold real quick. And if you want to sell a boat or something, we'll try to help you a good used boat. But don't put it on here unless you really want to sell it, because it's going to go.
If somebody's going to buy it.
I'm telling you, we got a lot of good folks out there.
That's right. Winston, you were talking about different things, and especially the last few days here, the guys that wanted to go fish, it was lightning, obviously you can't go on the water. But let me talk about some stuff that people don't understand. Proper rain wear and foul weather gear. A lot of guys just don't know that you can go get high quality, real waterproof, breathable rain wear for less than $700 or $800. A good set of quality bibs, a good set and a good jacket is typically $300 to $500 for the bibs, $300 to $500 for the jacket. Well, we ran across this company. It's Compass 360, and they make foul weather gear. And if you look, it's all sealed and welded seams. But what it doesn't have is an additional liner on the inside. This is why we love this so much. Now, I can tell you, we did get to fish on Sunday in that rain when it wasn't lightning, and we never got wet. Wore this jacket right here. But here's the thing, is that living where we live, it's not so cold in the winter that you need all the layers in your rain gear. Most people don't want to wear rain gear in the summer because it's so hot. This is lightweight and it breathes. And you can buy the bibs. The bibs have expandable waist, so when you're sitting down, you're not bound, full zipper. All that, high quality, you're talking about $380 for the set.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. So guys, but don't fish when it's raining. That is not a good idea, I can tell you. All right, let's talk about some stuff that we saw and really made a lot of sense. It's like bass. Bass fishing, most bass that everybody's trying to catch has seen a lure many times.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to start throwing stuff that either mimics something closer to what the bait are or something they may not have seen. Now, with all the rain we've had a lot of discoloration in the water. And like we talk about in the seminars, you have to think opposite. Clear water, you want a wider bait. Darker water, you want a darker bait. If, for example, this Z-Man minnow right here, it's rigged on this iStrike Fishing's weedless jig head, so you can throw it in the grass. It's very efficient. You're not going to miss hookups, but it's also got this large eye, so it looks very lifelike to the thing, to the trout and the redfish. But it's also, you can see this color. It's a mixture of gold, silver, and black. This thing hops and shines off in the water, but it also has a dark, shadowy effect, which the bait fish have when it's cloudy. Another thing that you have to think about when it's rained so much, you start to get a little tea color in the water, is to get away from the pure gold spoon, you want to go to black or copper. Now this copper spoon has caught a lot of fish. It is beat up. But when you fish with Michael, y'all were throwing copper spoons some. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. The gold spoon, when it's really, really bright and sunny, you don't necessarily want to throw it. You're almost better to throw something with not quite as much flash, because when it's shallow, the water's high in the sky, you can spook the fish. But when it gets cloudy or the water's got color to it, you want to throw an off-colored spoon or black, Another bait, a great bait to be throwing right now in our bait system. Now, this is called a palmetto bugs. This is a Z-Man product. There are other companies that make very similar things. You can rig this, again, on a weedless jig head, or you can rig it Texas style, just on a regular worm hook if you wanted to. It has enough weight, you can throw this a mile. But to the fish, this is something they haven't seen. In a way, it kind of looks like a crab. It's kind of like a shrimp, but it's got a wide body. These little ridges right here, air gets trapped in them, and it constantly bubbles as it moves. Again, you want to throw a bait that the fish have not necessarily seen a lot of. It really helps. One other thing, everybody still wants to throw topwater in the summer, but it's hard to do with all this grass. The boat traffic, the guys running too shallow water, cutting the grass down, or you're getting the dead grass starting to float out with the tide changes. This particular bait I've had it on the show before. It's a Z-Man Pop Shad, and I'll tell you, this is a redfish and trout catching machine. This is a very buoyant bait. It is a popper. It is a chugger. And I mean, when it chugs, it's kazoom. It's a deep sound. It'll dive down about 1.5 feet and swim back up, just like that. Then you do it again. They're catching tarpon on these by the bridge. Because to them, that chug is like another fish hit something, and those tarpon and those big redfish come up and gobble it up. Great fish, great bait to throw in and around the weeds for early morning topwater bite. It doesn't get snagged, and again, you rig it like a Texas rig worm, and you can see that hook just pops right through. And they're on. And when you throw this, though, when you get the strike, it's like all topwater. Just don't jerk. Yeah. Wait till you feel the fish, then you load up on the rod. You don't necessarily want to snatch it. I watched a guy, we took some people fishing the other day, and he set the hook really hard on a fish and snapped his line. Yeah. And I said, man, you ain't got to do that. That braid has no stretch. When you raise up on your rod and load up on the fish, literally that motion right there will set the hook.
That's some really good stuff, and it looks like y'all had a good trip down there.
We did. It was exciting, to watch all the people go around and see all these new products. It is really something.
Yeah, we'll try to make it back next year.
All right.
Okay, look, now tonight, 5:36.
Yeah, show up about 5:30, get something to eat, meet everybody. The seminar will start at 6. It's on Thomas Drive. It's right past Pirates Cove. It's a brand new building. You can't miss it. Just find the American flag. Y'all come out. It's a lot of fun, and we look forward to seeing you tonight.
Okay, over $2,000 worth of stuff given away tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. Mark, thanks so much.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you as always.
All right, buddy. All right, folks, thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. You do something good for your fellow man today. You have a good day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.